to read some poetry, specifically the piece that I've got in the latest issue. It's called Pony 5 Tableau. Now send a message to the object. Myth. The periphery only seems closer. It's a trick. They're watching to count steps. Stars and mermaids praise and sing their chariot fevers until the last plonk. It's a great song, caroled by a pony. I shall build my pony a bed in a shoebox, garnered gold, purple, maybe orange. The pony probably wants booze and sperm, but I shall not let it. There is no world after objects, or so they say. They who are in this world luxuriate in memories, penetrate surfaces like they were milk skin, which is common as a form of denaturation. When you apply external stress to a living cell, it causes death, and so it does. Men are talking. I do not need to give numbers, only reflected rendering. Looking into a hand mirror, my pony is female and pretty. Pony is a universe of captivated life. It's being held unmoved in petrified activity, steals outside our borders of time. Aesthetic littleness is a mantelpiece, a stunned materiality, a private entrancement on a wide meadow with a sustained star. The lower business of the vision, of the allegory of the stilled vision, timed stillness is also social and gigantic. Giants are grotesque. As souvenirs, they pertain. Always bashful or timorous, pony is mini in their control of resources and pleasure. I call pony the real patrol which doesn't exist, which undoes itself. That is only one of pony's acknowledgements. We could call them rejoinders. Where's pony in the great American novel? Jody never waited for the triangle to get him out of bed after the coming of the red pony. Pony did not talk with the ears. What a stupid idea. And he felt the pony's legs, and he tested the feet of the flanks. He put his cheek against the pony's grey muzzle, and then he rolled up the eyelids to look at the eyeballs, and he lifted the lips to see the gums, and he put his fingers inside the ears. This is called fiction. Song. You will have a song pony, a little song, a little air, a little ditty, sweet weather as a wager. You will have a song pony, gleam, gleam, chip, tin and ting, maybe clink and clank. But we, a little life, not at all new to you, says who? Say hi to the patrimony, which is a good padre, almost holy. This is how it is. I call pony, I tell her, you can make actions that seem difficult more immediate by placing an I wish before them. The example is every boy is riding a pony, which children understand to mean always in the domain of quantification. Quantifies are spreading. Naturally, no one questioned the boys, the presupposed set of individuals. Sometimes we say each man is carrying a box. Sometimes all men are watching the stars. Hey, says Pony, compare. This coherence is totally fabricated. The stargazer who slumbered dogmatically is with us still. Now, inveigh against the deep, the fumbling creatures are held. These are just acts of imagination with respect to the pony. Dialogue. I, hello, pony, hello, I, let's do that again, pony, okay, I, hello, pony, different, I, maybe, I've forgotten the instructions, pony, that's sad, it's not real, pony, it's an easy gesture, I use it often and expertly, I have no such options with the pony. Action choices. Avoid the truth, avoid delicate matters, avoid being tracked down, instead chew up and spit it out, then carry out an important mission. The pony is queen of delicate matters and says, I shall not cut through the fog, love the world, be suitable. And the pony leaves to examine its folly, to excite someone, to go where no man has gone before. It induces, it listens, it rattles up some shit, can't have it both ways. Pony, liberating the oppressed, jumps at chances, picks out the jewels in its crown, for it wears a crown, having killed the queen and stolen her ornaments. Jewels in hands, or rather hooves, the pony leaps and disperses the riches, puts the world in order, sings charitable progress. This is no exaggeration. Pony is victorious. The pony has no record of losing. How does the object fulfill your wishes? How does it serve you? One way to acknowledge servitude would be to say, there is a charm bracelet wandering over your body. Pony has no cutie marks. Her brand is unprofitable. A way to test your character is to put it in a situation away from the text and into contexts which have to do with money. Let's see. Pony is not a character, not an alias, but a quintessence, an iridescence conferred. In this metaphor, one is using the pony discreetly, is the transition, the moment of fragment, of translation. This is not a story about a pony. The pony tries to understand the glitter, the plastic, and the purple lock not being human, what it means to count words, to know numbers, to read relations, speak truthfully and in an ethical stance. Divisions and quotations, sideways, exceptions, and more words. Words are endless, it is tiresome, sigh. The pony is perfect because it is not proper of its kind in size and kind. It is not yet, not quite right. She was a regular pony, and I put a flamey, hearty symbol on her and called her Burning Love. The conditions of our pact were unclear. Let's hold her arms still, the pony says. This is how things will get better. Juggle, don't worry, a borrowed tranquility. Pony has wings, it is capable of flight, it can sustain it, it has power through a wink. The pony confessed to me, and it wasn't nice. I didn't know what I was getting into. There was no warning, no education. It was pure ideology. Excuse the vocabulary. I mean, it was shiny hair and big eyes and pinkishness and delightful smiles. Pinkish yellow glow, it is the stardust, snap and crackle, perhaps moon dust, which is glitter, which is beauty. All ponies are girls. Hypothesis 1. Living pictures animate, actors mimic, tables, I mean tableau. The collector examines, sounds out these bodies, frozen, cracked sometimes, in tiny movements that disturb the order of representation, to illuminate some mysteries, to puncture secrets. The collector evacuates and absorbs mysteries and hypotheses through imagined stolen paintings, nesting their complaints, their history. Some say the pony is the most judicious of creatures. Some call it a hold-up artist, an outlaw, a chiseler. I see no contradiction in this. Hypothesis 2. Thieves held up the stolen painting. It glimmered in the light. They supported it with one hand while balancing on the beam. Someone watched them. What's holding that mirror? Chiseling away at the most statuesque of its likeness, the pony was still, it was held still, it did not move, its posture resembled that of a woman. Rolling rocks up mountains, walking steps in small scale, but held unmoved, how statuesque, they say. The stolen one held the belief, embodied the belief in the graceful, the shapely, the tall. A statue is never little. And so they mumble stupidly as is expected. Never yet did my eye light upon a creature more matchless in its proportions, more statuesque. We could call this ponies' table talk. We all know that animals perform heroic deeds and ponies are divinatory, they warn of danger. Searching for notorious reception through an ill-fated exhibition, they educate inside the fragment, the diegesis, the center of gravity, richly and preciously grouped together, they droop the poses. When the album was completed around and showed the statues and all their faces in public, crowded into a dark room, curtains closed, they had another table, and it was time to start again our pray coup. When the disc had completed a lap and looks showed the statues and all their faces in public occasions, crowded into the shady scopes, the curtain was closing. So the table is an allegory of the future, as if I had to tell you. A more precisely located moment, like the irreparable gesture, the action suspended, put in pose, would be more probable and points towards a convergence, a clandestine ceremony, a ceremonial puzzle, a fragmentary window. Indecipherable in the absence of seriality, the critically missing link is the indefinable object. In covert medieval fraternities, the orders of knights are cognitive aberrations implicit in the knowable and articulate. A crazy hypothesis in such exquisitely formalized poise. It is a pleasure to find that although many new pictures are realized, there is not a suspicion of indelicacy. Sometimes a poem accompanies the scene, sometimes a wooden frame steers peripherally. If the pedigree is thus sometimes accomplished with regret, its cylinders also in ecstasy. This word is not too much. I fancy pony is happy. Sit venia verbo. The remark is sacred and heavy to bear. Again, when sometimes something crucial misses in the series, how do we read it? Conjecture is the tool of the damned. It's ceremony that makes up textbook circular curves, the simulation of held life. Here I present to you the pose plastique, the pregnant moment, the costumed table, just some colloquial phrase. Living as fish in a vivarium, nouns in a linguistic study, to think of a third agency in this relationship is an example contemplating circumstance. Imagine for a moment a party, endlessly stylish, initially optimistic, silence broken by delighted guess games, innocent amusements for the young, then intense physical control. According to contemporary sources, you apprehend the ideal when silent and immobile in imitation are the stars as stars they observe. Sometimes they are dreamers, i.e. they are given the utopic scale. We have the fresh graces we are elected to demonstrate, eager to replicate the fashions and follies enough to warrant criticism. The birth of society brings spaciousness and order so lovingly shrill, fabulously dull or hung, which is the trap, too fully in another, mostly into, yes, so funky and savvy they form choruses in feline opulence. Adjectives are myth. Let's return succinctly to the pony. What can be a variable, a location in memory, also an instance of class? This is by way of summary, so we speak the same language. Is pony an object, is pictured, is stolen, is hidden from sight? Thought is directed towards it. What are its attributes, its capacity for beginning? Perhaps it is already written and copied and described, but a system integrates patterns at creation time, a fixed state of transactions via the operator who knows and does too much, whose sole purpose is restriction. An object that contains other objects. Clues noting a cover-up on the side of the reference in here is the need of the mind in the construction of importance. Conspiracy is the signal. Throw a gap by simply opening and wear it. Allegedly, allegedly, allegedly. Withdrawn and unreadable by chance, the formation of a hypothesis is senseless, conveys the banality with a touch of mystery and excitement. Subtraction tests are bad as the addition of absence. Tableau are data subjected to measurements, begging isolation of an object. At first wretched and reckonable, but truly splendid and unknown in a single inheritance, a world assumption in a lisp. Thank you.